JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Taxi operator gunned down in Mansfield Heights, St. Anne. A St. Anne taxi operator was shot and killed on Thursday following a brazen daylight attack in the community of Mansfield Heights, Ocherias. The deceased has been identified as 54-year-old Dion Daly, a resident of Apple Avenue in the area. Reports received are that shortly after midday, Daly was at home when armed men approached him on foot and opened fire. He reportedly tried to flee but collapsed only a short distance away. Police were alerted and, on arrival, found the Daly lying face down with gunshot wounds, including at the back of his head. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators have not yet identified a motive for the killing, but detectives from the St. Anne police are probing the incident. 21 people killed by the police so far this month. Tension continues to rise across two communities as two more families are challenging police reports surrounding the fatal shooting of their loved ones on Friday. Incidents that had to what has become one of the deadliest months this year for police-related killings. The most recent cases unfolded in Old Harbour, St. Catherine, and Gotterhead, Yala, St. Thomas, pushing the number of people killed by security forces in November to 21. In the St. Thomas incident, the deceased has been identified as Christopher Duffus, a man whom police said as wanted in connection with serious crimes in the Kingston Eastern Police Division. However, relatives of Duffus strongly deny claims that he engaged officers in a gun battle. Them never did have to kill him. There was no shootout. Them do it in front of him, Oman, the relative who requested anonymity, claimed. According to police reports, a team from the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime CTOC Special Operations Unit went to a house where Duffus was reportedly visiting his common-law spouse. Officers said they cleared the building floor by floor before approaching a room where he was staying. Investigators claim the police identified themselves, knocked on the door, and were met with gunfire after the door was briefly opened and shut. The police say they returned fire and later found Duffus wounded, reportedly holding a gun. He was taken to the Kingston Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police said they recovered a black and silver Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine. Meanwhile, in Mali Acres, Old Harbour, Damerly was fatally shot in a separate early morning encounter. Lee's relatives rejected suggestions that he was involved in criminal activity or on any wanted list. Them kill him in front of him two sons, one relative said, insisting the shooting was unjustified. The Independent Commission of Investigations in the Commerce launched probes into both fatal incidents.
The better days are coming. Youth them not going in. Everywhere we go and just pay blood running. Better days are coming. Youth them not going in. Everywhere we go and just pay blood running. Have 11, them missing with the AK-47, the impact malice and vibes them a live, both them guns of the devil, them you don't know why is, who know have fun, them a walk with knife.
No, it doesn't have a hurt vibe.
Nah, live right, turn back with them, send your brain pan a flight, them you the boss, so your life like height, better days are coming. Youth them not going in, everywhere me go and just pay blood running, better days are coming. Youth them not going in, everywhere me go and just pay blood running. A life is a short thing, so my youth please cherish it. If you wake up one morning and not have nothing to eat, just lie down on your back and say, thank you Father, life is sweet. Some man kill them black brother, me wonder how them do it. But don't be gun them, not the shot them, plant the can and wait the time for reap. Tired to see the ghetto youth them string out on the street. But see them house fill and look something to eat. Looking on them back and me say better days are coming.
Police fatal shooting data indicate that 11 people have been killed by the security forces since last Saturday alone. As of November 21, a total of 275 people have been fatally shot by police since the start of the year. Man held after police find a loaded gun during raid in Mavis Bank. A man is in custody following the seizure of a loaded gun during a police operation in Mavis Bank, St. Andrew, on Friday morning. Reports received are that around 10 a.m., officers from the St. Andrew North Police Division carried out a targeted search at the man's home. During the operation, lawmen reportedly discovered a Taurus 9mm pistol fitted with a magazine containing two 9mm rounds inside his room. The man was subsequently arrested and transported to the Mavis Bank police station, where investigators are continuing their probe. This latest seizure pushes the division's tally of recovered illegal guns to 55 so far this year. Comparative data indicate that in 2024, the division seized 35 guns and 358 assorted rounds, while 2025 has already recovered 55 guns and 460 rounds of ammunition. Police seized record 1,051 illegal guns so far this year. The Notably police in St. Mary seized a submachine gun on Thursday during an operation in the Port Auto Lane area. According to a police report, at approximately 4:25 p.m., cops, acting on intelligence, proceeded to a premises located near the Onota Bay coastline. Upon the team's arrival, 2 men were observed, and upon seeing the police, they reportedly fled. A thorough search of the premises was conducted, during which officers discovered an Uzi submachine gun with a magazine affixed, along with 5 9mm cartridges, said Superintendent Anthony Wallace, commanding officer for the St. Mary Police Division. Meanwhile, the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division FNID has seized a record 1,051 illegal guns since the start of the year. Some 834 illegal guns were seized in 2024. Superintendent Patriero, head of the FNID, said this is significant in the Jamaica Constabulary Force's crackdown on illicit weapons, which have flooded the streets, arming criminal gangs. He said more than 50,000 rounds of ammunition have also been seized by the JCF this year. Waterhouseman arrested in South Carolina after alleged accidental shooting. A Jamaican man from Waterhouse, St. Andrew, has been arrested in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, after police linked him to a shooting incident in which he may have accidentally shot himself. The accused, 31-year-old Tevin Roddy Hines, was taken into custody shortly before 2 p.m. on Monday. He is facing charges of possession of a firearm by an unlawful alien and discharging a firearm within city limits. According to reports received, police were dispatched around 5 a.m. on Sunday after gunshot detection technology signaled a possible shooting along Dunbar Street. On arrival, officers recovered 2 spent shells. After reviewing surveillance footage, investigators began searching for a white BMW seen in the area at the time of the incident. Shortly after, a nearby hospital informed officers that an individual had arrived seeking treatment for a gunshot wound. The person was treated and released. Further investigations led officers to Hines, who initially told police he was only dropping someone off at the hospital after attending a party. He also confirmed being treated for a gunshot wound to his ear. However, city camera footage reportedly showed that Hines was the only person inside the vehicle, raising suspicions that he may have shot himself accidentally. Authorities later discovered that Hines was in the United States illegally, having reportedly entered through the southern border recently. He was subsequently charged and placed before the courts. His bail has been set at $21,087, with $20,000 attributed specifically to the firearm discharge offense. Hines is said to be from Winch Road in Waterhouse, St. Andrew. Opposition leader Mark Golding says thanks to everyone who is donating to Jamaica following Hurricane Melissa.
Greetings, Jamaica. Hurricane Melissa has devastated our island, and so many of our people are suffering right now. People have lost their homes, their livelihoods are jeopardized, and a lot of people are traumatized by the experience that they went through on the 28th of October when the hurricane hit, and also what life has been like for them since, with no basic amenities, no electricity, no internet connectivity, no potable water, and fear for the future. I just want to reach out and thank each and every Jamaican and friends from other countries who have come on board to help our island at this time. The needs are deep and great, but the spirit of generosity is there, and you've been playing your part, whether it be through sending money or sending things that can go into care packages, foodstuffs, medical items, and even building items. These are all vital as we seek to get our country back on her feet. So big up yourself, and thank you for the bottom of my heart for what you've been doing, and keep doing it, because we're not over this yet. It's going to be a long and difficult road to recovery, and we're going to need support to get there. So may God always inspire you to do what's right for your loved ones and our beloved island, Jamaica. God bless you.
JDF to shift from relief to reconstruction.
The JDF has just under 8,000 members, and it has deployed more than 2,000 in the direct operations of the disaster relief. Aside from the missions to deliver by air and by sea, by the way, because they have done delivery of packages by the Coast Guard, over 10,000 packages they have delivered. In addition to that, they manage the stores of some of ODPEM's donations and others that are given into the general donation pool. They do the packaging, they do the delivery to the what we call the hub and spokes. They have established several hubs, you would call them, where goods are moved from the main warehouse to those areas, and then they have some additional substations, if you want to call them, where the goods are moved to them, and then they move into the community. So they have established an effective supply chain, and they are providing security for the convoys, they are providing security for the communities, and they are actually out there delivering packages. But this cannot continue forever or for much longer. We will transition very shortly, and I want to prepare the public for the transition that will happen. The JDF will maintain the hub and spoke operation, that is moving supplies from the main warehouse to the substations all around the country. But it won't be so much a focus on the humanitarian food and care packages. They will have to shift now to the distribution of construction and repair and rebuilding materials. And they will also have to shift from giving out packages to helping in the reconstruction and rebuilding of critical public infrastructure, and indeed to assist private individuals who are elderly or infirm or otherwise unable to do so themselves. But before they can do that, the engineering corps has been called back to fix up their own barracks and camp facilities, because the JDF also was impacted. So as soon as they have repaired their own installations, then we will be repurposing almost the operations of the JDF to be moving in now the building materials and to help in communities to do reconstruction. This is necessary because you would have heard President Ali and Prime Minister Motley and others saying, hey, we want to send members of our engineering corps here to assist in the rebuilding. So we definitely must have a complementary corps to support those activities. And other countries, which we are in dialogue with, will be sending members of their engineering team. So very soon you're going to see a full deployment of the JDF along with other engineering corps from other countries coming to assist us with the rebuilding of critical public institutions and to assist the infirm and the vulnerable in rebuilding private facilities.
JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.